Saturday. It's time for it's still starting.
There we go.
Oh, sorry. But look. Yeah, I think it started. Who knows? So we are here on a nice rainy, brisk Saturday in May. HLC Saturday Solutions coming to you live from headquarters in Jeanette, Pennsylvania. My name's Christina Rue from HLC Bookkeeping.
Krista Rue
from HLC Bookkeeping.
Yeah.
And you'll notice we have something in our background. I always talk about WBN, and people had asked me, well, what is WBN? It's the Women's Business Network that I belong to. So that's their poster and their information. We had feedback that sometimes the people walking in traffic can be distracting, so I thought I'd give them some publicity. Remind you that that's one of the great organizations that help build our business. Like, I think I had my 15th anniversary pin I got from them. I should have worn my pin.
You should have.
But anyways, it's one of the business networking groups that help build our business. So we just thought we would share them with you today. And just like all things WBN, they're useful in everything we do. You can speak. What are you hitting?
You keep looking here, not at the camera.
Oh, because I'm like, why are you hitting here?
Like, look up.
I didn't know what that meant.
Isn't that existential? Look up.
Ooh.
All
right. That was very... Last week was a bit heavy.
Yeah.
And everything we talked about. So we're going to keep it a little bit lighter. Kind of go back to the basics today.
But it was needed. Sometimes you need to expand yourself, stretch yourself, get out of the comfort zone.
And sometimes you need that swift kick in the tuchus.
The bookus.
All right. So do you want to recap what we talked about last week?
Yes, I do. And of course, last week was Mother's Day. So we talked about ladies of influence and people who help us get where we are and continue to be an inspiration. And we should be thanking them and be grateful to them.
Yep.
And then we also talked about trust and obey. So who do you trust? Have they earned that trust? Should they have that trust? And what values do you obey? What are the lines you don't cross?
Yep.
And then also preparing to work. Make sure you have our office essentials checklist, which we've posted on Facebook for you, because these are things you need to facilitate bookkeeping. All right. So
invite yourself to your workspace so that you have everything you need and you don't get frustrated.
That's right. So we thought we'd talk a little bit today about mission statement, because do you know where you're going? Your mission statement should guide you.
Do you have one?
Yeah. Do you even have one?
Sometimes people start their business just because they love what they do. And they didn't really think, well, where am I going to be in 5-10 years? What is my mission? Should I have a mission? What if I just sell trinkets? Do I need a mission for that?
Yeah, but what's the purpose of it? Because your mission statement is to keep you focused on why you do what you do.
And it helps you kind of keep yourself aware of what is a distraction versus what is in your mission. So it's kind of easier to look at an opportunity and say, does that match up with where I said I wanted to go and what I said I wanted to do? That being said, we were in an employee meeting. When was it? Last week?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. And our lovely employees said, well, what is our mission?
I'm like, we have one.
We forgot it.
We live it, but we don't verbalize it.
Yeah.
So, like, you have to verbalize it, speak it, so it's always on top of mind.
Yeah, I'm like, we're supposed to do good, help businesses succeed, but it was more beautiful than that. But
yes,
totally had no idea.
Yeah, so we're just going to
tell
you. Yeah. A little bit, because our name was not originally HLC Bookkeeping.
And that just happened this week. A new client asked me, well, what does HLC stand for? And I went, let me tell you.
Yeah, okay. So the parent company is Householder Lifestyle Consulting, because we are a faith-based business based on the Proverbs 31 woman and the parable of the householder in Matthew 13.
Which is a summation of all the parables.
Really? Yep. So, what is a householder? So, a householder is a steward. That might be another name you're more familiar with. Someone who takes care of things. So,
a trusted
steward. Very much trusted. So, our mission statement of Householder Lifestyle Consulting, HLC, was to use the stewardship principles of hospitality, organization, and professionalism as a framework for bringing success to your business.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
So,
what we found out, and this is like the growing pains of a business.
Right.
So we named our business for our philosophy.
Right.
And what it came down to is sometimes people are too hung up on what's going on in their business. They don't care about your philosophy. They just want you to come in and fix their
Help
books.
Me. That's it.
So people didn't know that meant we could help with your bookkeeping. So then we did the DBA, HLC Bookkeeping and Office Services, which pinpointed what we do, what services we offer.
One of the services we offer.
Correct.
Is.
But
it's the baseline service, because you have to have good bookkeeping before I can do anything else for you. So hospitality, that's I don't know, for 20 years I worked in the private club industry as a controller and general manager.
Correct.
So hospitality is very big. I work with restaurants, and of course hospitality is welcoming people to your business.
And we talked about that before in one of the previous episodes about how your business should be welcoming to the people coming into your business.
That's right.
And to look at your business that way. So that's kind of like we had to revisit our mission statement because we kind of got distracted by our day-to-day have to, and you kind of lose the big picture.
Right.
Yep. So we're in the same boat you are.
That's right. That's right. So an organization, yes, organization is the structure of your business. Does it make sense? Like HR perspective wise? Does it make sense from an efficiency structure wise? And then of course, professionalism is how you treat everybody. Your co-owners, your workers, your vendors, your clients, all of that.
Correct.
So honestly, bookkeeping touches all of that.
All of it.
All of it.
And it sometimes drives the process.
Correct.
Because if you're like, hey, we're working on purchase orders, who's in charge of purchase orders at your company? Who's in charge of making sure that they're checking that what comes in on that bill of lading exactly matches your purchase order? And then who takes the purchase order to make sure the invoice exactly matches what we had thought it was going to cost us?
With our appropriate markup.
Correct. Correct.
So bookkeeping, honestly, from our perspective, one, hospitable. We would be hospitable, welcome ourselves to the space, welcome ourselves into our client. Hopefully they welcome us back. And then organization is the way I'm structuring this for this client, the best thing for them. Professionalism. Am I communicating it in a professional manner?
Correct.
So again, that's our framework. That is our philosophy. That is who we are.
Yeah. So we revisited our mission statement.
And we still like it.
And we do it. So that's a good thing.
Yes, so that's really good.
Yeah, so that's a good thing.
So what's your mission statement? And is this something you need to be thinking about?
Right.
We just thought we'd bring that up. Now, the next one's sort of a fun topic.
Okay.
Use your tools because I am not a techie tool person. I
Ugh.
stay in my lane. If it doesn't get done in QuickBooks, Excel, or another accounting program,
People,
whatever.
she didn't know what the snippet tool did.
I had no idea. I'm like, she's like, snip it, just snip it. And I'm like, you're
She's
talking
like,
a foreign language.
Like, what language is that? I'm like, snip, 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 snip it. Yeah. So she learned a new skill
I
today.
did.
Mm-hmm. Of course it did.
I had no idea these things were out there. And then
Yeah.
she's like, well, what about a JPEG? What about a GIF? And I'm like, you are speaking a foreign language. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So, but this snippet tool is going to be
Revolutionary.
life-changing for me. So, one, that taught us we need to be telling each other when we learn stuff.
Yeah, because that's a tool that I use all the time. And Krista had no idea it existed.
Yeah, I saw it on her computer, but I don't know what it was.
Yes.
I don't click on things I don't understand.
Correct.
So,
So again, communication,
right.
That's important. If you have something in your tool chest that you can share with other people in the office that make them more efficient and better at what they do, why wouldn't we share that?
Right. Organizationally make it stronger.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
So tell them how to get it.
The snippet tool?
Yeah.
Okay, so in that little home screen, you can just literally type the word
it's right by your start menu.
By the little Windows icon. And if you type SNIP, it pops up and then you can use it. Or if you opposite click on your mouse, you can pin it to your taskbar. So it's always on your taskbar for you to get right away, which is what I do because I use it all the time.
Right. Mm-hmm. So there you go. Because we want to give you practical advice. Things that are going to help you like immediately.
Yep. And it's okay not to know these things and to ask people, like, what are you doing?
She didn't think it was okay. I didn't know it.
I was shocked because it's second nature to me. So I just didn't know. Like, I can't imagine in all our talking to each other's, I never mentioned the snippet tool. Or I said it, and again, you were like, I don't know what that means.
Whatever.
I'm ignoring her. Yeah. So that's more probably what happened.
Yeah. I admit it. I'll own that. I will own that.
Yeah. So definitely use what's in your toolbox, and we're going to try to do little things because we are not techie. Okay. No. We know the QuickBooks software because we've been pro advisors since 2005 on QuickBooks software. Don't ask me IT questions. I don't know them. That's why I have an IT person because they answer the questions. I just send them an email. This needs done. That needs done, and it gets done. So like you have your lanes and but there's little things that's nice to know. That's so right. we're just sharing the little things from an office service perspective that we hope everybody knows. It could be an Excel tip, could be a Word tip. We're just gonna, pick one from our repertoire to share every time.
Mm-hmm. All right. And then after we've been on, this is now our 28th episode.
Yes.
I'm like, have we talked about bookkeeping basics?
Since it's in our name.
I'm going back and we talked about like financial little statements and things here, but I'm like, have we gone through the whole steps of this is basic bookkeeping?
And why is it important to your business?
Right.
We might have said little whys.
Right. Yeah. But I'm like, I think it might be helpful to talk about the whole picture.
The big picture.
So we're going to do just 2 or 3 minutes, and then it'll continue to the next week. Similar to what we did with the financials.
Yeah.
That type of thing. It should only take 3 or 4 weeks, but it's not, I'm not going to inundate you with information. It's good theory for you to be thinking about.
Correct. And if you're not the one who actually does the bookkeeping, these are questions you can ask of your bookkeeper.
Right.
And as a business owner, these are the things you should be asking of your bookkeeper.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So, what is bookkeeping?
Put simply, I'm going to put what's in my seminar that I do. Bookkeeping is a way of tracking your income and expenses. Bookkeeping.
What?
I'm tracking what comes in and I'm tracking what goes out. That because bookkeepers live on the profit and loss. Accountants live on the balance sheet. We'll talk about that later. So income and expenses is where the bookkeeper does 99% of their work. And the successful business, you have to make sure, which one do I want to have more of? Income.
Money in.
Yeah. If you have more expenses than income,
we got to talk.
We got to chit chat. We have things that we can talk about. Okay. So generally, income is money going into your bank account. Expenses is money coming out of your bank account. So we want more income than expenses.
So.
Why is it all the way over there if I'm the one talking about it?
Oh, sorry.
So there's nothing worse than administrating the bookkeeping of your company and not knowing how to handle it. Like, how does it get to me? What do I do with it when I get there? And then who gets it afterwards? So you kind of want to have designated areas so that people who are feeding you bookkeeping information maybe know where you want things. So like I like to have area where people basically know my bins. This is coming in and that's going out. So if you're giving me stuff coming in, put it here. And this works too, especially if you have like part-time bookkeepers or bookkeepers that are going to be there when the owner's not there. It's an easy way to communicate. Know that this is your bin. Then you have one for the owner. So if the checks need signed, that's where that's going. So you kind of want to set up your procedure so that everybody knows. And you have to have enough space to do it.
Right. Think it through.
Think it through. Think through the process. Who needs to see it? Who needs to approve it? In some of the bigger operations,
there might be a department head.
Yeah, there could be a department head that has to code it or sign off on it or something. So you want to definitely think through the process. And then you basically want to make sure in your bookkeeping area, there's things that make you happy. We talked about the checklist, that we put out on Facebook. You have to have things that make you happy and useful in your environment as a bookkeeper. So again, you're tracking plus and minuses, and whether you do that in Excel spreadsheet, QuickBooks software, or any other industry-specific software, or a piece of paper and pencil. We do have clients that use journals.
Yeah.
They still use the
green journals.
Yeah. So I'm like, whatever you do, just track it. Just do it. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep. So, and the big thing you have to have something that welcomes you to the space, whether it's an inquiring or a quote that you like, plants that you like, something that makes you happy to be there.
Correct.
Because a lot of times administration, people see it as like, ugh,
it might not be your favorite thing to do.
Right. But it's essential.
Have to.
This is so important for your business, because once you fall behind, then your decisions cannot be easy.
Yeah, and we did talk about this because people have asked this repeatedly, like, how long should I be spending on bookkeeping? It kind of depends on the complexity of your business.
Right.
But every business, you have a minimum 10 to 12 hours you should be doing on bookkeeping.
A month.
Yeah.
Minimum. Right. Yep. So whether that's 2 hours a week, 3 hours a week, whatever.
Yep.
I don't care if you have the simplest business there is.
Yeah.
During that administration process, it's amazing what comes up.
Yes.
Like, oh, here's this vendor. Oh, they raised it 20%. I should research if there are other people in this area that do that and get some pricing. Well, guess what? That takes time.
Again, bookkeeping can drive more things that you have to then research and find out. So you have to leave yourself time to do it. If somebody sent you something that you know is wrong and you're going to call them and get the invoice adjusted, leave time for the phone call.
Yep. Now, John and Norm, my mastermind group, will tell you I am insane about time blocking. If I didn't time block, I would be a raving mad woman. And you need to
Would
time
we
block.
say you're not a raving mad woman now? Is that what we're saying?
Maybe. It keeps me a calm raving mad woman. But basically, you need to be time blocking your administration.
Yes.
And you need to be realistic
Close
about
your
it.
door.
Yes.
Don't be interrupted.
Turn off your
Dedicated.
phone.
Yes.
So you're not interrupted,
Yes.
because then it takes twice as long. So we just definitely block your time.
Yep.
To do it.
To do the
so that
bookkeeping.
it has to be done.
Yep. Okay. I think that's today. That's today's Saturday Solutions from HLC Bookkeeping. If you need to get a hold of us, 724-561-7460. Office at yourhlc.com. And then we have
The website.
Which is www.hlcbookkeeping.com. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoyed it. Got some information out of it. And remember, if you have any other comments, questions, concerns, please feel free to send us a private message, email us, whatever you want to do, and we'll try to get them addressed.
And
every
remember,
Saturday.
on rainy days, you be the sunshine.
Oh, look at that. That was beautiful. Bye-bye.